He's one of the best soul R&B singers in the world. He's had 30 years in the business and is celebrating that by being down under for his 12th Australian tour. Leave your hat on and welcome to Rove Live, Joe Cocker. Seat, my friend.
Cheers.
Great to have you on.
Thank you.
So, we've got a lot to talk about in what is a short amount of time to span your illustrious career. But let's start your 12th time here in Australia.
Correct.
Oh, you're getting comfy, Joe.
Getting loose.
Right. Your 12th time here?
Correct, yeah.
And do you remember your first time?
It was 71, or, they're billing the new tour as 30 years later, but I thought it was 71. Remarkable, back then, because, I felt like we were pioneering, rock and roll pioneers.
Is it true you were deported one time when you came here for a tour?
They were trying to get me out. It was... We'd done a world tour and Australia was like the last leg. And I thought we were home and dry, and then whoomph, The thing was, in Adelaide, the whole band we got busted for pot. And but we were set up, because it was like, it was like hay.
Pot.
It was hay. And I remember walking out, the police, busted about 6 in the morning, and I thought, oh, the group are going to hate me. And I walked out, and there was everybody else stood outside too, But the deportation, they held off on that one.
Oh, that's all right.
There you go.
So how much was there of the drugs, the sex, drugs and rock and roll in the 70s? Was it as bad as we may have heard?
It was all... If you imagine sort of my life, I was in the pubs in Sheffield in '67, and then, 2 years later, I'm playing all these big festivals. And it was a lot to take in, and all this accessibility to every drug imaginable. It was pretty excess.
And you performed at Woodstock, the original Woodstock. What was that like?
Amazing. I did the second one too, 25 years later. But it's just like one of those memories that's... Because it's very hard to sing to... once you get over 50,000 people, you kind of like... just hoping that they know you're there, really.
And so did you think at the time that you'd be going to another one however many years later?
There have been a few times in my life I didn't, especially now to be still rock and roll in 58, but there were a few times in the 70s I got, hit some lows.
Is it true, I've read this, I don't know whether it's true or not, that I think it was not long after Woodstock you tried to get home to the UK because you've been touring for so many years, and the US Immigration Department wouldn't let you leave the country?
I don't know where you got that story from.
Oh, OK. I misread incorrectly.
Really?
I heard a tale that they said, oh, no, you still had tour obligations to fill, and so they wouldn't let you leave.
No, I don't believe that.
Because no one tells Joe Cocker what to do, that's why. And so now you're back here in Australia. You're selling out shows all around the country. Is it great to be back in front of the Aussie fans?
It is. I kind of, I haven't been here for 4 years, and I'm doing like the Aussie football show, which was a good excuse to get me to come down, because I got some hardcore fans out here.
Now, is it true you call them cockerheads?
Not personally.
No?
No.
Where am I getting my information from? Is that what they call themselves? Have you heard that phrase before?
Cockheads or something?
Not cockheads. No. Cockerheads. You're a hardcore cockerhead if you're a fan of Joe Cocker.
Maybe.
OK, well, let me get something right. So one thing I know you did was sing at the Queen's Jubilee. Recently,
yes.
Did you get to meet Her Majesty afterwards?
Not really. I was getting distracted. I kind of got shoved to the back by Tom Jones, he kind of edged me out a bit.
The Welsh, that's what they're like.
But she did come, I've always loved the Queen. I've been living in the States most of my life, but she was one of my first pin-ups. You remember the Woman's Own?
Yes.
You used to have that centerfold.
Yes.
I used to have 2 of those on my wall.
A Queen fan. Now, did you? What do you do to keep your voice the way it is? Because you've got a very distinct vocal style.
Right. Oddly enough, you know, Cliff Richard was on the show. I never met him for all these years, and he said to me, you know, my voice doctor said if anything, he'd love to see Joe Cocker's throat sometime. And I guess people think because of the gravelly nature. I mean, there are things edges of my voice I've lost now, the falsetto, you know, the high-end part. Yeah, well, I can scrape that out just about each night. But I certainly don't use any special treatment for it.
So it's all just natural, and it's just over the years
Well, you know,
it's got a timbre to it. A timbre to it.
I like to think so. Some people just think, you know, it's like husky, but there's a bit more to it than that, you know.
Well, it's great to have you on the show, and you've got your Brisbane show starts Saturday.
Correct.
And then you're going through pretty much the entire country, through New South Wales, Adelaide, Perth, Canberra, and you finish up
days in Sydney.
And you finish up in Melbourne on the 13th of October. I think that's correct.
Good point. I've not really studied the script.
Aha! I've caught you out on a phone. There we go. Please thank Joe Cocker, everyone. Great having you on. Thank you very much. Stuart Carlton, Mike Myers, David Cassidy, and the Lines. But next, the Foo Fighters.